All right, hey, what's happening, everybody? My name is Dr. Shane Smith. I'm here with Dr. Jason Gonzalez, and we have a great guide for you entitled 4 Tips to Beat the Bloat. So if you would like this free guide, just comment bloat below, or if you're watching this on YouTube, the link to the free guide is in the description.
Right. Now, we know a lot of people get frustrated when it comes to their food and that full, fluffy feeling that you get after your food. Nobody likes that. You feel like you have to wear sweatpants or bring a pair of shorts to every meal. That's not fun.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing, and for a lot of people too, maybe it starts small, but eventually over time what they feel like is that everything they eat, all food, leads to the bloat, and that really disrupts like your social life. It makes you nervous to go to various, like maybe you don't want to go to pizza because of the bloat afterwards, especially if you're going out after to have a glass of wine or something. It really becomes a more than just a physical thing. It becomes a socially impactful problem.
First dates, let's go to the park, not the restaurant.
Right.
You know, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Another frustration people have is they feel like there's mixed messages out there in terms of like what to do. Do I drink lots of water or not water, or is it milk, or do I have to eat foods in different times? Like, you just don't know who to trust or who to believe out there. There's so many different messages around digestive issues like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really confusing. If you go on Google, you'll get about 72 different answers. And so we've got a couple of things that we know you guys want. So.
Yeah. Mainly, we know that you don't want to feel full. You don't want to have to take a pair of sweatpants with you every time you go to a restaurant. That's no fun at all.
Yeah, ideally, you just want to be not hungry after you eat. And you want to be able to enjoy a meal without that kind of fear in the back of your mind where, especially if you're wearing like a tight-fitting clothes or whatever, you're going to walk around town or to the next, place you want to go, or you're going to be all poofy and sticking out. And again, we don't want to have that fear and anxiety associated with food. It's a really bad combination.
And also, wouldn't it be nice to know who to trust and how to filter through all the mixed messages out there and get to a place that you're getting some solid information? And that's what we hope to provide for you with this guide we just created.
Mm-hmm. So we want to have measurable goals along the way. And so let's just kind of show them how we do it.
Yeah. So the first step in this is going to be hydration. Hydration is your friend. A lot of people I've come across with this issue, they find that they're drinking tons of liquid during the meal, thinking it's going to help their digestive process. And actually it's backwards. You want to drink and get well hydrated before the meal. While you're eating, just eat the food and don't be drinking lots of liquids. That's going to slow down the digestive process and actually contribute to the bloat. So, at least 10 minutes, probably closer to 20 or 30 before the meal. Have plenty of water, a good 16 to 30 ounces, what have you. Stay well hydrated between meals so that you don't get super thirsty during the meal. That will very much help.
Mm-hmm. And also, it curbs appetite too. Good rule of thumb real quick on the water thing. They say take half your body weight. So if you're, for easy math, let's say you're 200 pounds, you take half that, 100 ounces of water per day.
That's the goal.
Half your body weight in ounces per day. And then if you're doing more, then you like exercising, you have to drink more during those times.
And keep those hydration times between meals, not at the meals when you want to not drink.
Correct. The next thing that we know is kind of an interesting one is we want people to actually have more salts, and not just salt like table salt. I don't mean that with the little umbrella. What I mean is salts are also called electrolytes. A lot of people can be very well hydrated with actual water, but a lot of folks are under electrolyted. And I don't think that's a real word, but it's a real thing. And so the salts are like also like micronutrients. There's molybdenum and manganese and all these little trace minerals that are usually in good whole foods that we just don't get a lot of these days. And what those things do is actually help our bodies access stored energy and calories, aka body fat, and use it throughout the day so that when we go to eat, we're not just ravenously hungry. And so there's a million and one electrolyte supplements out there. A great one that I like is coconut water. It's got all the different types of salts in it. You don't need very much. That's why they're called trace. But most people are under electrolyted. And so just keep an eye on that.
That word to be in the dictionary like maybe a few years from now.
Yeah.
Another thing I like to do at home is, in addition to the table salt we all have on our table, is when next time you go to the grocery store, look for sea salt or Himalayan salt, right? Salt that are not made in the lab, salts that come from nature, incorporate a lot of those trace minerals just baked into it. So rather than sprinkle some more table salt on your meal, sprinkle some sea salt or Himalayan rock salt, or salts from salt flats that incorporate way more minerals. That'll be a big step in the right direction. Another piece of advice that would be very helpful is something your grandma probably told you, or your mom or dad probably told you when you were a kid, is don't eat like it's your last meal and wolf down your food. You want to take smaller bites and you want to chew your food quite a bit actually before you swallow it. The digestive process actually starts in your mouth, not in your stomach. You have enzymes and things in your saliva that will help begin to break down the food process of the food a little bit before you swallow it, and it will expedite the digestive time. So, you know, your grandma and your mom is knowing that might have been to hear when you were a kid. They were actually right.
Absolutely.
You want to chew your food. A strategy that would help do this is, you know, after you take a bite, place your fork or your spoon or your silverware down in between each bite. I know it seems a bit tedious, but trust me, it helps slow the process down. You'll get more enjoyment out of the meal time. You don't feel so rushed like you're just trying to get to the next thing. But chewing your food is a real big step in the right direction for controlling the bloating feeling and the distended stomach that you sometimes feel when you just wolf down the food and get on to the next thing.
Yeah, oftentimes it's a lot of that is, you know, you've got chunks going down into your belly and they're supposed to kind of go down somewhat like a smoothie, you know what I mean? And so it's really difficult for your belly to kind of break those hunks of food down if you're swallowing fast without chewing. Yeah. So, and then, you know, a last really simple tip, and you don't have to do it for very long, is after your meal, get up and go for a little walk. You don't have to run, you don't have to exercise, don't go in the pool, but just move your body and go for, you know, 5 to 10 minutes is what they're saying. It doesn't take all that much, but a little bit of movement actually stimulates a special hormone. It's called norepinephrine, and it helps pull all that, like the sugars especially, out of your blood without requiring insulin. That way, you become a more effective digester, and you become a more effective metabolizer effectively. So it really helps take the pressure off the rest of the hormones to remove the food from the belly and the intestine, stack it through the bloodstream and put it where it belongs, nice and smooth and easy.
Exactly. So again, we know that feeling bloated is frustrating. You don't want to have that full and fluffy feeling after a meal. You don't want to feel like all foods you eat, no matter where you go, contribute to the bloat. And you want to trust, you know, the advice you're getting. You want to sift through all those mixed messages between social media and the, you know, the magazine rack or the grocery aisle that always has some miracle cure or miracle herb or diet that just got discovered. Like, that's just all nonsense. We're hoping to provide you some honest, no nonsense, true information about this. Yeah. So that you can not feel so super full after a meal. You're going to stop eating because you're not hungry anymore, not because it actually physically hurts to eat more. Wouldn't that be a nice change? Right. You don't want to have that social anxiety about going out to eat, at restaurants or at parties because you're going to feel uncomfortable, and that takes away from the, the enjoyment of the experience. Yeah, just those strategies are what's going to be helpful and take away that fear and that uncomfortable bloating feeling. So again, if you want the copy of the free guide and you're watching this on social media, all you have to do is comment bloat below, and then we'll drop that free guide to you. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, just check the description of the video, and the link to get the guide and download it instantly to your phone will be in the description of the video. All right?
We'll talk soon.
There's our guide. All right, take care. Enjoy.
Beautiful.
All right.